Ramon into this conversation, Mr. President. He's a small business owner in Montclair. Ramon, let's hear from you.
Thank you, Stephen. Again, thank you, Mr. President. It's really a delight to talk to you today. Mr. President, a few weeks ago, you took steps to consolidate the various agencies and departments that were focused on the business sector. I work with a lot of small businesses, and I'm curious, do you think that instead of helping, which I'm sure it will do in part, this may dilute or diminish the government's focus on small businesses, especially if the SBA is no longer independent, it's consolidate with other organizations? Will that diminish the focus that we small businesses have to the federal government?
The answer is no, Ramon, and here's why. First of all, I elevated this SBA administrator to a cabinet level position so that they're talking directly to me. There's nobody in between me and the SBA when they're advocating on behalf of small businesses. Secondly, the big problem we have right now when it comes to our various business programs is it's really hard to navigate for small businesses. They may have to go to 4 different agencies or 5 different agencies to figure out where do I get a loan? How do I export? What kind of assistance and technical training can I obtain? And our whole goal here is to set up a one-stop process for a small business. So a business goes on a website, instead of navigating 15 different agencies and 30 different programs, I want them to be able to go to one place and be able to answer all their questions. That's going to be especially important for small businesses because they can't afford to hire a bunch of accountants and lobbyists and lawyers and to try to work through a big bureaucracy. They just want some simple answers. If they need financing, how does the program work? What do they do to apply? Who do they talk to? And that's the kind of streamlined process that we want to set up, not just in the business sector, but for all our various government programs. Because right now, I'm a strong believer that SBA is a huge help to small businesses all across the country.
Yes.
But we're also living at a time when our government has to be more efficient, more lean, because we've got a lot of need and we don't have as many resources as we used to have in terms of being able to advocate on behalf of small businesses. So the leaner it is, the more efficient it is, the better it's going to be for those small businesses. And I'll still have a SBA administrator in my cabinet who's advocating directly just for small businesses.
Great. And can I just add to that, Mr. President, that just my 2 cents to highlight that, just make sure the big businesses, who already have the resources,
right,
that they don't crowd us out in this, combined, that we small businesses still have that kind of direct line as you go forward. That's all I would
That's a priority for us because small businesses create most of the new jobs. And, I don't know if you noticed in the State of the Union, we also talked about the importance of startups and entrepreneurs. And one of the things that we're trying to get Congress to do is to pass legislation, and there's some bipartisan support for this, that just makes it easier for startup companies to obtain financing or to use R&D that's already out there. And that's something that we're going to continue to focus on, because if we can get more startups, more entrepreneurs, getting their ideas to market faster, that's going to help contribute to overall economic growth and job growth.